everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. How are you guys doing?
Welcome to the Dynamic Duo demo.
Yes, we have a deal for you too. So today we're gonna demo using stamps and scrapbook pages by special request during the Monday Night Live. So we're more than happy to follow and take suggestions. So if you have anything you want to learn about, please let us know. So we're doing stamps on scrapbooking pages, and our deal is what?
25% off all in Create.
All in Create.
All in Create. So all in Create, that includes, there's ephemera packs, washi singles, stamps, dies, stencils, all of it.
It's going to be
right. We do have a few things in new arrivals that will not be included, but there is a large selection of the all in Create products. So yeah, 25% off today and tomorrow in person and online. If anybody can just let me know how we are for volume as well. We have a busy store today.
That I cut of Elizabeth Craft.
Okay.
That is
if you can feedback us, let us know.
Yeah.
We don't want feedback.
This would be.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know. Can you hear
us the
My
feedback.
big shot needs to be replaced. Yeah. It's falling apart.
Well, put your name on the list when these arrive, and then I'll put your name on the list for the
She
toolbox.
might have.
Hello.
And then like
Okay,
We're live,
sure,
so that
I
works.
can do that.
All right, we're good. We're gonna go.
Okay, so yes, so again, we are here. We are normally here every other Wednesday when schedules and everything aligns. So it's Nancy and Heather from the demo bar at the Paper Name Boutique. Thank you for being here. Thank you everybody who's going to come back and watch us on the replay. We do like to take suggestions on things you would like us to demo and chat about for Dynamic Duo. And it did come up during Monday Night Live last week with Julia stamping on layouts. Because we all tend to think of our stamps in terms of cards.
Yeah.
Right? But we have all the things, so why not incorporate it into our scrapbook pages if you're a scrapbooker?
And I'm going to be honest, I'm inspired by this Dynamic Duo that we did this because I am one of those people that just leaves my stamps for cards. Or mixed media background.
I'm one of those too, 90% of the time.
So I'm really loving that this came up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, is that on? Because I can hardly hear you guys.
I might just adjust the volume.
Let's try that. How's that?
Okay, let's turn yours down. Is yours down?
Mine is not supposed to be even on volume.
Can you hear us okay?
We barely hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Here's now. How about now?
Which way is this supposed to go?
Well, up would be
It's all
to
the same.
It's all the same?
Why'd you get rid?
Oh, I don't know.
Can I just look at one setting?
Sorry. Hi, everybody. We're trying to make sure you can hear us.
Talk right into it.
Hello.
Testing.
There's nothing there.
Hello? Hello?
It's plugged into your phone.
I don't know why we're not getting anything. Oh, why did you? It's dead. Something happened. Oh.
Hey, everybody. Sorry. Is it really quiet? You can't hear us?
How about we talk up today? Because I think we're not going to solve the microphone problem today.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's not loving your phone for some
Oh,
reason.
Glenda Thorne says she can hear you fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we just need to speak up.
do I need to do anything with the volume on my phone?
That was better.
No, I think we just need to speak up.
Okay.
We're
We're good?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's painful. I know. Sorry about that.
Yeah, isn't it though? I'm gonna love it. Okay. Yeah.
A little better. I can hear
Yeah,
you too.
I'm glad you guys can hear us. Our microphone is not going to work, but we'll speak up nice and loud, so
Yeah.
you can.
And please bear with us. Like I said, it is busy in the workshop today. It's busy in the store, so
Yeah.
that does add to the.
And usually the microphone is, what we love about the microphone is it kind of focuses the sound on just us and eliminates the background noise, but we're good.
We're good. We'll make it work. Okay. Anyways, again, so the deal, the Dynamic Duo demo deal is 25% off, all in Create, today and tomorrow, in person and online. So here's just a few samples of things Nancy's holding up. Nancy actually used
I
these.
did use this one.
Yes.
Yes. So I'll talk about that one.
Just hold them a little longer because they're just...
What? Look quickly.
Look, this is the one. Nancy used this one, and it's so cute. It
That's
looks
better.
awesome on there, on that layout.
He's right.
And the other ones as well.
Okay.
Did you use that one too?
I didn't end up using this one, but I am going to come back to it because I think it's so
For
cute.
beach and
Yeah,
vacation layouts.
yeah, I think
it's
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Beach vacation.
I'm just going to show you quickly, preview. This is the one I used on my layout. Actually, that I'm going to use on my layout, I'm going to demo that.
Are you?
Yes, little guy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole idea is don't just, consider your stamps for your card making purposes.
Right.
Pull them out for your journals, for your cards, for your layout, all the things.
Right.
Yeah, so
I
anyways,
grabbed these to show these little guys that all create them.
like
do.
for Halloween
Does.
coming up,
Yeah.
how cute.
Right? You do a
It's-
little cluster of these guys all along the bottom.
Bewitchingly cute.
Bewitchingly
Yep, love that. This little guy, I love this little pumpkin one.
Oh!
Adorbs. What's this one called? Fright Night. So the images are small, so they are perfect card size, but they're also perfect little borders or create your own ephemera for your layout.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, oh, this one too. This is Give Me Candy.
Give me candy.
Adorbs.
I might have to get that one. One of my children dressed up as a pirate.
Ah.
Or a pytrette is what he said. I couldn't say it.
And then these ones, they're little boy, mom and dad ones. They have nice little sentiments too. So these are lovely for cards, but why not for like that selfie page you're gonna do with like your child or something too.
Gotcha.
With the grandparents, super cute.
Yep.
Okay. Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. So anyways, any stamps on your layouts, of course, all the things. Your stencils, all the things, use them on your layouts. Today we are using some other things, but of course the deal is on all ingredient.
Just going to say about stamps is sometimes paper, you'll hit a theme and the paper isn't available. You're in the wrong season, you're not scrapbooking, you're in the middle of the winter and you suddenly want to scrapbook
Beach
photos. Well, that stuff isn't necessarily available. That's where rating your stamp stash can help you just keep on going with your getting your scrapbooks done. So I think this was really, really, really inspiring for me to make sure to get back to grabbing my stamps.
One thing too I want to say, I did talk to a lady last week. She was getting into scrapbooking. You know who you are if you're out there. Hello.
Hi.
And if you're going to scrapbook your dogs, well, you don't necessarily want dog
All
paper.
the dog paper.
You don't need that. They don't go hand in hand. You can use whatever beautiful paper or patterns you have that will coordinate with the photo. So it's not about like having a constant theme of something.
Not always.
You can bring the theme of like a stamp in. Oh, maybe Julia's going to help us out.
Yeah, it's not on.
I know it stopped because I don't think it's...
This wasn't plugged in underneath.
I checked all the connections. except
Julia
that one.
to the rescue. Are we better?
Here we go.
What wasn't plugged in?
Underneath.
Oh.
Okay. Oh. I don't know what's
Hi,
happening
everybody.
there.
Sorry
We're now
about
going to watch some footy on my phone.
Okay, anyways, kind of a hot mess.
You know
right
what?
now, right? We're just trying.
I'm
It's-
going away.
It's been a day.
And when I come back,
it's been a week.
I'm going to know all these things. Because...
It's a team effort around here.
Sure, Julie just threw me under the bus. No, you won't.
Okay, Nancy, they've probably seen enough of our confused faces today. Let's flip the camera.
Flip it. Thank you, Julia. Julia, the tech girl.
She's so techie. Her and Brianna are awesome that way. Well, you're really good that way too.
I am. There's something
Tech
about
is
when
not my
I come
strong
into the
suit.
store, I go stupid.
So just crafty brain. Come on, Nancy.
When it comes to tech, okay? I wasn't talking about all of it.
All the things. Are we good? Okay, we're just going to check the feed here, waiting for Nancy's to catch up to make sure you can see our hands.
I just gave us some...
Oh, good. That's good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. It is a rainy day in Calgary today, so it's a great day to be in crafting. Hey?
It is an amazing
This is
day.
good-
Perfect. This is the excuse.
Good timing. Yep, you can
free-
watch us or craft along with us.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
Nancy, what have you got here?
All right, so this is this page that I wanted to see how many times I could bring a stamp in. So it seems to me every time we come up with a technique, I gotta push it. I gotta figure out, is there more than one way to make this work? Because I know how I feel about my supplies. I don't like one-hit wonders.
No.
I want this, whatever it is that I buy, that's gonna be useful over
More
time.
bang for the buck.
Right. So I just wanted to show there's a number of different well, I can see 3 off the bat techniques where I use stamping. One is right here. So this is the Stampers Anonymous crochet trims, and I thought it had a feel of rope from the beach.
Yes.
So I added it to the
Good
side
idea.
as just sort of background. So that's that stamp,
Crochet trims. I love this one.
right? This is so versatile.
Yeah.
And then
She used it down here too.
I did, and I thought I used it on a mat. You can barely see it.
on
I
here.
actually used it on the mat. That's the other technique I wanted to show. Just before I cut out, so I used the new Spellbinders cutting die family.
And these are deceiving because they're nice and big, so they make for awesome titles on your scrapbook layout.
Yeah, so they're kind of meant for a scrapbook.
Yes, they are.
So before I cut family out, I actually stamped that rope pattern just to add a little bit of dimension.
That's
And
a great idea.
Then I die cut it.
Yeah.
And it's subtle.
So it's the same stamp she used here.
Right.
And like you say, it's subtle on there, but it gives some pattern and
Yeah.
interest to it.
Yep. And then finally, I used my fabulous All and Create, well, this one, called Beachfront. And I did some masking layering here and colored it. So that's this stamp.
Oh, you did some masking
I
too.
did. I did.
Nice.
I went nuts.
Awesome.
I went nuts. But what I thought I might show today,
Would you
pencil
color
crown.
it? Nice.
Pencil crown.
See, she's created it. It looks like, it was on the paper already, or if you didn't have the ephemera to go with whatever collection you're using or theme, that's just stamps.
Yep. See? So,
Yep. Brilliant.
yeah.
Brilliant.
So what do you have to show us?
Great
look.
page, Nancy. Yes. Yeah, that rope from the lace is a great idea. What do I have to show? Okay, so I'm actually going to kind of put my layout together with you because I want to show you how I'm going to stamp on my layout. But first of all, I'll just show you here. So I had stamped, and this is on the Creative Scrapbooker Superstock paper, so you can hear it's thick because I knew I was going to be adding some water to it. I had pre-colored in the images, so again I'm using Boy Birthday from All and Create, that's number 962, and I have boys, so I thought, well, this is absolutely perfect. But it also says happy birthday nephew, grandson, brother, son. So when I do the page, happy birthday son, but this is a great one for making cards too for other members of the family, right? Anyways, cute. So that's what I did. So I had stamped it out, and because I knew I was going to be adding some water to it, I did stamp it in black archival.
Yep.
That's the other thing, because you want something permanent ink. So that black outline is the black archival.
Yep.
And I had chosen a photo. Yep, you sure can. So I had chosen this photo of Sweet Kale when he turned 4. He made a little 4 out of his Play-Doh.
That's adorable.
I know, so cute. And some single sheets from the Vicky Booten Bold and Bright paper. So I'd already picked out the photo, and then I just went into my Bold and Bright stash and chose papers to go with, to complement the photo, okay? So I kind of had an idea of what colors I would be using as for my stamping and for my coloring. So I'm going to show you a little trick too on how how to easily color your images to create your own ephemera for your scrapbook layout. For those of you who don't already do this, this is a great way to get, we were talking about multi-purpose, more bang for your buck out of your supplies, is using your ink pads as your colors. So this is all colored in with my Distress Oxide inks.
Look at you go.
Okay, and super easy, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And I had another one. Okay. It's raining again here. It is much needed rain. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is to take your ink pad, and whether it be Catherine Pooler inks, your Distress Oxide, I just take my ink pad, drop a little bit, give it a little smoosh. What's going on?
Julie Beaver wants my bunny hug.
Your bunny hug.
That's a hoodie in Saskatchewan.
Oh.
Did you not hear that before?
No, I learned something new today. Okay, and so I already had pre-stamp and I fussy cut out my image. I laid down some of my ink on my splat mat by just giving it a little spooch, little press and turn. And now I have my Ranger water brush. And so you're just going to pick up some ink. And then you just start coloring. So what a great use of your ink pads, not just for stamping. You can use them for coloring. Okay, and then to clean it, I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel because it's a water brush, and just give it a little squeeze and the color will come out.
Yep.
There, so now it's clean.
Almost self-cleaning.
Almost self-cleaning. On to the next color. So you just lightly push it in there, move it around. So you're just adding a bit of water from that water brush, picking it up and depositing it on your stamped image. Nice. Easy peasy. And what a great way to, thank you very much, further use your ink pads, right? Okay, I'm going to clean that off. So that was as simple as that. Like I said again, stamped it with black archival ink, and I colored the image in strictly with my ink pads. No special markers, watercolor, pencil crayons, anything. I chose just my ink pads because I also knew I was going to be using these colors to stamp on the layout. So I wanted to coordinate,
Good thinking.
right, with the coloring in of the image with the inks I'm going to be using on the layout. Okay. Clean that up. I'm going to grab a spray bottle just to make cleaning easier. Well, thank you, Nancy.
She's quicker.
There. Hi, everybody. Thank you again for joining us and for bearing with us as we figured out the tech side of things, which is always enjoyable. So here's my pattern paper. I had cut down my Creative Superstock paper to a 11 by 11 because I knew I wanted this border around it. I had pre-planned this last night, so I had some idea what I was doing. Trimmed down a piece of the Bold and Bright paper. And I'm going to do something like this, okay? So I had that in my head. I also grabbed out a couple frames from the Vicky Boutin chipboard something package. I don't even know what it's called.
I thought that's what they were called.
Chipboard frames, maybe. Because I'm going to give this some dimension, and this is going to sit like this, okay? So I wanted some color behind it with my stamping, and my idea is to use, this set. This is a really fun set. Bold and Bright die-cut frames. So these are all the pieces in there. Tons of frames. They're chipboard frames. So they're great. You could actually trim your photos down to sit in there. You could turn them into shakers. Or like I'm going to do, I'm just going to use them as layers underneath.
I think I like where you're going.
Anyways, yeah, I like this.
That's fun.
Yeah. Do you like that?
I do.
Okay. And then I chose this from Stampers Anonymous. This is Paint by Number. I'm going to grab the number 4. And I'm going to do random stamping on my background. Hey?
I think that's going to be amazing.
I know. Well, not I know. Thank you. I thought it was a great idea in my head.
I know it was a very reasonable answer as well. Sorry. I needed this and I should have said excuse me. Instead I just plowed in there.
So I'm just going to put this down. This is going to be very quick and easy. I had picked out kind of these 3 colors. What I was going for is I'm working with colors in his shirt and the pattern paper I had chosen, right? So I've chosen Salty Ocean, Squeeze Lemonade, and Mowed Lawn. Okay, so I have a block. My cling stamp is on there, the number 4. Open these up. Oh, and I should have brought my cleaning cloth, but I can use my, I might need a wet wipe. Okay. And it's going to be very random. I know I'm kind of centering in this area here.
Nope.
And now I'm also eventually, going to stencil on here too. Tap it down, pick up some ink, and just start stamping. Press it down. And I want to give it a second generation of this, which means I'm going to stamp it off somewhere else. Okay. And I'm going to just layer it again.
Might as well go as long as you can,
Right?
eh?
Yep. Still ink on it. Okay, so let's pick up the yellow.
Done with green.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. Nice coverage on there. So this is a great technique too if you want to make a background for a card. Say it's someone's birthday, 40th birthday. Why not use something like this and do like a whole bunch of 40s in the background, and then you could really highlight the 40 in the center, maybe heat emboss it to really stand out or something.
Oh my
Right?
gosh. Ideas are flowing.
Totally. And I could turn them different ways too, but
I kind of personally like them anchored so you can
Yeah.
make them. Or if I was going to turn it, I would only go that way, but I wouldn't go. Like I find if you go diagonal and up and down straight,
it's a little much.
it's too much. But if you go kind of like pick two directions,
Like this way, that way,
yeah,
that works
that's what
too.
I talk about in mixed media. Otherwise, it starts to look
Messy
Yeah.
rather than kind of controlled.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a pretty color.
One way to.
I'm going to bring this one off the page.
This is
there.
amazing. Loving this.
Right? And then my photo's going to sit on there. So you're not going to see it all. So kind of envision that and then add some more as you need. I love this blue. Oh,
It's a stunner. That's the salty ocean.
finally. Oh, Caroline was just here. She made it home to watch us.
Glenmore. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh no, was Glenmore a mess? A miss for the rest of the
Glenmore
comment.
is nasty these days. They got the construction, and then if you have bad weather, I can't imagine that being very fun.
Sounds like it's coming down pretty good.
It does.
Okay, so we get the idea. Okay, so I'm gonna clean that off. So again, I will end up, that's gonna go across there. I'm actually going to, I'll do this while Nancy's playing. She's got something to show you too,
Sure.
right? And then, you know, your frame's going to add embellishment. And I did bring a stencil. I think actually I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling on there in the same colors. But that was just a really easy way. And yes, these are numbers. But what about a balloon stamp? That'd be perfect on this too.
Betcha.
Birthday cake stamp. So build your own background. Okay, so I'm going to work on this a little bit on this side. And Nancy has something to show you.
I do. Okay, so this, what I'm working on here, this little mess of stuff, is meant to be page 2 for this page, okay? So I showed this earlier with the rope, but I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm going to lay this out as if I wasn't going to add stamping. So I'll just go ahead and pull this. First off, I'll take this UPC strip off the bottom. Alright, so there's my background. So I've got all these more photos of us eating at Fred's. So we were in Maui, and we go to this taco joint on the beach. It's called Fred's, and we love it. So, tacos, actually. Okay.
Loving these ideas. Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Glenda. That's great.
So, I'm just going to show this. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with this scrapbook. This scrapbook. That's what my husband calls my room, the scrapbook room.
Crap. That's
Nice.
kind of funny, but
It's kind of funny, but not very supportive. Anyway, so I'm sort of weaving these little strips that I've cut off of some of the other, kind of playing with the layout. I'm not going to say that there's anything wrong with this layout as it is, right? But I could take it up to the next level with a bit of stamping. So I'm just going to bring in these crochet trims. This is the one I used on the other page. I kind of alternated on which ones I liked because, again, it's got that rope feel. So you can barely see it underneath the packaging, but I'm going to use this one. going to put it on as soon as I find it. Oh, and then the other thing I wanted to show is how I can jazz up this journaling card. So this is the Simple Stories journaling card. I've already journaled on here, and this is going to be a double. So I don't need to journal again. Like, oh, like what more am I going to say? Oh, aren't they so cute? Well, okay, I can't say that on every scrapbook page. So I can show you how I can work some stamps onto there. Okay. So first things first, like I said, nothing wrong with this layout as it is, but I think these could be jazzed a little bit plain. So I'm going to take, I get my stuff out, and then here we go. I've got a block. Not worried about. Okay, so I actually grabbed. I noticed this was actually a fluke, but our new VersaFine colors worked really well with what I was doing. So I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to be showing that then. So I used a lot of Bali Blue and Sand Dune because, I mean, really, that's ocean for you. So I'm going to grab Sand Dune because I do like. So one thing I will think about when I'm adding stamping is to stay, like, sometimes you're like, oh, but if I add stamping, I'm going to ruin it. Well, the one way to not ruin it is to be a little bit cautious and do a tone on tone, right? So if you're concerned that
it's safe, and it's a great way to add your layers and colors too.
So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this down, and that just adds just a little bit of something. I've even got a blip there. I'm not even going to worry about it. This is not a card. I'm not looking for perfection.
And even if it was, it's homemade.
Well, there's that too, right?
Right?
So there you go. So now I've already just added just a smidge of interest to the to my page. I can do that. Let's say I know yellow and blue would look good together, so I'm just going to take. I'm just going to wipe off because I'm going switching colors here.
This is just from the shelf, huh?
Yeah.
And then replace it.
Ooh, I do like the blue on there.
Ooh. Okay, I have not used these new VersaFine colors yet. The color array is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you can heat emboss with these.
You
so
can, because they're pigment,
that.
so they will stay moist for adding your pigment powder. Right?
Yes.
Good point. Good point.
I am all over that.
Yeah. So, which is on the other side, unlike Distress Inks, I'm going to leave this and not touch this for a second because they could smear.
Yes.
Right.
Nancy's
So you need.
let it dry.
I'm going to let it dry. So I'm just going to sort of let these sit and dry. Off camera, I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me stamp all afternoon, but I'll do more. I'll finish off these strips so that they all have a little something. Maybe I'll even, just for a different texture change, switch up my stamp. But, okay, so I'm looking at my background, and I've got this gorgeous 49 in Market solid. But if you know 49 in Market, you know this is about as plain as their paper ever gets. And it can handle a lot of jazz and fun. So I'm going to grab pretty much any one of these. I'm going to go with this one again. And I'm going to take, again, I'm going to go cautious a little bit with the Sand Dune, not to mention sand. It sort of seems to fit, doesn't it?
So perfect.
Right. And I'm not worried. I'm doing this mixed media style. So with mixed media, I could even do it without the block. So I just can kind of
give it a little press.
Yeah. And that second generation stamping again. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm looking for texture. I don't know where, I think my plan is this is going to be open, but what's going to happen if it's not, it'll get covered. Oops, oh well.
Yeah, really, we need to be stamping on the layouts more. It's a great way to add variety and dimension.
You bet.
Without the bulk.
Anyway, there you go. So I've got a little bit of love there. This, I pre-picked this out. Again, colors. I was looking at my photos, just like you did, I'm trying to pick out colors that fit. This is the Simple Stories.
Oh yeah, the summer one.
The summer one that we actually
Summer
used.
snapshots.
That's the one. Thank you. I'm like, we used it in our dynamic duo recently. Okay. Do you have an edge distresser?
I did not bring it.
Okay, so if you never have an edge distresser, this is what we used to do, and I don't recommend it. Get yourself an edge distresser. But back in the day, before we had edge distressors, this is how we did it, and I'm not sure how many people ended up in hospital with stitches for doing it. So I don't recommend this, but I'm just going to do it quickly and not end up in the hospital, okay?
Oh my gosh. I'm not grabbing.
Can you imagine?
No. But I use mine all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to put one in my work bag for future. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, so I've got my ink out. There's no harm, no foul in just going ahead. I've edge distressed that.
Sorry for the brief interruption.
Please do.
This is a paper distresser. This is a must for your craft tool bag. Love this thing, $8.95. I use mine all the time.
Yeah. So again, just using your stuff. I've got a little bit of ink. I can even kind of come in on the corners and just smoosh some down, do a little bit of blending. Now I know this isn't full-on stamping, but I think it fits the category.
You're stamping?
I'm stamping with my blending brush.
Yeah. And we often get people ask us about building up the background, so these are great tips and tricks.
You betcha. So I'll stay maybe a little less, just kind of catch the edge on the edges, and then down around the corners, I like to come out a little bit further. That gives it that little bit more aged. Oh, Julie, I attached my tool with a bright orange lanyard when I got tired of losing it on the desk.
Good idea.
Apparently I need a lanyard for everything. Okay, so there we go. So I've already started to jazz. Even I think that is...
I like the ink in the
I don't know.
stamping.
I don't know. Improvement's hard to say because the paper was beautiful, but I think for what I'm doing and what I want, where I want to go, I'm loving where this is going. Okay, I think this has enough on it. I'm not going to go ahead and add anything to that. I could. There's no reason why I couldn't add some stamping if I wanted to keep going. Layers are love. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along, and this is where the photos will kind of go. You saw that. But I really wanted to show, I have this journaling card that I can, I'll just turn this so you can see it, but I got this journaling card, it's got all this white space, and I'm like, I seriously do not want to journal again. Like I said earlier, I've got journaling on the other side. I don't need to journal about them. I don't have anything more to say.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have anything more to say. So what I can do is originally, and now masking I think should take its own dynamic duo. It's kind of its own
but
thing.
you're going to give a little idea on how to... Yes.
Okay, because...
This is a great technique to know how to do.
Okay.
Is the masking idea.
Okay, because what I was going to show... Okay. was how I pre-cut and colored, and now I just layer these. So if you're not comfortable with masking, there's a workaround. Just cut and color and then layer, right? And then you'll get...
It's like buying ephemera in a package. There you go. You're just going to layer it
yeah,
up.
so even if you have...
But now it's custom.
Now you've got your custom, right? So I'll show you how I'm going to do masking on there. So what I would use... And what I use for this is the Gina K Masking Magic. Comes in a package of, I don't know, I think there's 7 in there. Or...
I'm not sure. We have the strips too, and they're handy as well.
The strips are handy for sure. And then, Magic of Television. Since I did already work with the Masking Magic, I do have, and this is why I like, so I often say you can get around Masking Magic with a Post-it note. Or, but you're not going to be able to use it more than once. Whereas with this, once I've made this, I just put them right here in my envelope and hang on to them, and then I can use them again. Because the masking, what's beautiful about Gina K Masking Magic over other things, it is thin. When I do my layering up of stamping on top of it, the Masking Magic is strong enough to do its job, but thin enough that it doesn't interfere with the stamping layering. So it doesn't get too bulked up, so you're not getting the whole image. You'll understand that more in a minute, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some masks. I've got some more Masking Magic if I need it. There's my stamps. And I need my block. Here's a block. Okay. So I'm going to make this a little more interesting with a cluster. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to cover up the Let the Sun Shine. So that is not a tough thing to do because all I need
The sun shining. Everybody, thanks for sticking around.
Okay. So I'm just going to mask off. What you want to do is mask off anywhere you don't want the stamp to transfer to your paper. Okay. See, the beautiful thing too is it's got this that I should be using instead of struggling. Okay. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to stay as close to the edge as I can. Now I've got sticky outies. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave them. I'm just going to snip off some of the extra, and I'll just go ahead
Oh, good idea.
and cover that up. So now Let the Sun Shine
Is covered.
is covered.
Is protected.
So when I'm thinking about, let's see, I'll show you on this one. When I'm thinking about how I'm going to layer my masking, that I'm layering my stamps, I would always start, you have to start with your focal point, whatever's the forefront image, and work backwards. So even sometimes, if I have these pre-stamped, I can even kind of plan it out a little bit. So I know, based on having worked on this, that this little shovel I want in the very front. Then I want the sandcastle. I want the bar from this pole to go down behind the sandcastle and the bucket to be tucked in. And also, this is actually a separate sign. So there's a bit of planning involved in this. But once you start, it's not as hard as it sounds. And I think, do a small one and then expand. So I'll just do a couple things and then you'll see where we're going. Okay, so I've got, the other thing I can do too is sort of, okay, so if I want that there, and then let's say I want, you can pre-plan a little bit.
So for anybody just joining, Nancy is just doing a demonstration on how to mask
So
with
there,
your stamps.
I'm not going to bother with beach because I've got the words in the Let the Sun
Yeah, and then if
Shine.
you stamp any more afterwards, you could always just cluster them with some, dimensional tape.
Exactly. But I am going to put the ball behind. There. So I got 3 stamps I want to layer. Super simple. The very front thing that needs to show is this sandcastle. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that first right onto my card. Because I don't know what I'm going to color it with, I'm going to just use I'm using Cloud 9, which is archival water. Fast drying dye-based ink pad, non-toxic, crisp stamping, and permanent when dry, water resistant. There. Thank you
And
them
there's
for
the full description.
I was going to say, thank you them for giving me those words. Okay. So I'll just put that there. And I've stamped the castle. So now what I need to do is protect the castle from any over stamping. So I'm going to keep stamping.
I thought you were going to say invaders.
Well, that too. They do invade.
Yep.
Invaders like to evade or whatever. Okay, so the next thing I'm most interested in is this umbrella. I really want the umbrella. I kind of visualized it there. I thought it would look really cute. So anyway, I've got my words covered and my castle covered. So now everything that looks like it's being stamped over will end up behind. You'll see. The reveal will make this clear.
The reveal is worth it.
Yeah. So I'm going to put there. There we go. Quick wipe. Baby wipes are so awesome still. I know there's tons of awesome tools, and sometimes I stop and I clean my stamps properly, but when I'm moving along, there's nothing like a baby wipe.
Cleaning on the go.
You betcha. Okay, and then I thought I was going to do, there we go. I can add, so what I'll do is I'm going to start stacking up. Yeah, this could be a problem. Oh, I never used it, that's why. No. Okay, well mine is kind of, oh, it might be, sorry, it kind of ripped on me in the package. Let's see if I can make it work. Not really. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, okay, so let's just say I'm trying to go fast because I do that. And I'm like, I really want to just kind of mask off here so that I can put the ball. I could go ahead and stamp this out, but you know, a really quick and dirty way is just to grab a scrap piece as soon as I find a scrap piece.
Of the masking?
Yeah, I got one right here. And I don't even need a lot of it.
Yeah, this masking magic goes a long ways because of course you can reuse it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the masking magic, it is awesome. It's great to have in your arsenal of craft supplies for sure. It definitely extends the use of like your stamps, really.
Because you can create these scenes, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. But I didn't. It is easier to work with than I'm making it look. Just saying.
Well, just, you know, we're on time crunch and...
Okay, so what I can do is it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So I can kind of just mask over this spot knowing that I want the ball to come in here. I want the ball a certain way, so I'm going to make sure it's oriented the way I want it. Then I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to make sure not to stamp... where do I want it? There. Okay, so now
it does not look very pretty.
it looks horrid, actually.
Well,
It's
I wouldn't say horrid, Nancy.
Well, okay, I overstated that. Just a smidge. But anyway,
But the magic is coming.
right, so watch. I'm going to come back later in color, but let the sunshine in is protected and still there. And even, you can see where it creates... hang on, let me take this off and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Okay. So there it is, the sandcastle there. The sandcastle kind of falls behind the handwriting. The pole from the umbrella still goes behind their sandcastle. You got that. Once I color this up, it'll even give it more dimension. And sometimes, periodically, like you can see here, the ball is hanging. I'll just grab my micron pen
And just
finish
fill
it
that
off.
in.
Yeah, I'll just come back. What's this? A 3? I'll just come back. Just there. Done.
Nancy.
So there you go. So once I color that, I think even this let the sunshine will even pop a little bit more too.
Yeah, see how easy. But I love that you get the layering of the stamping because of that masking magic.
Yeah. So now,
And those pieces Nancy stamped and cut out are reusable. So she
Totally.
can continue to use them and create a scene with those stamps.
yeah. So now I don't have to journal. I've got something kind of cool looking on there.
Yeah. And then she can color it in to coordinate with these colors here.
Yep.
And the photos.
And then just for fun, I thought I'd show, we have these Better Press plates, which are there's family, magic, wander. There's a list of awesome ones.
Did you use it?
I did.
Oh my.
I did on my original. So my original, Making
Oh, you
Memories,
did,
right
yes.
there. Right?
Better pressed. Ooh, I
Yep.
love it.
Right? So just a quick, I mean, letterpress, I get it. It's not really stamping, it's letterpressing, but
Same idea.
close. It's close.
Yeah.
So what I did on the weekend was I just used all of my letterpresses and I made
Of course you did.
package of them that
Nancy
I can...
is famous for this. She will
Yeah.
sit and just mass produce, which is awesome. Because
Yeah.
then they're ready to go.
So now I can go and I can add this.
I might have to take one of these for my layout.
Okay. Anyway, and I can add that in. I love putting things on the seams, like button two photos up together and then putting something like that in the middle.
That's a good idea.
Like that. Anyway, I will glue this down and you can finish off your page. What did you... We've got...
Okay, I'm just about done. We're
You
going to
are
wrap it up
something
here.
special.
I just
Oh,
found
she's the
that
one she
one.
grabbed.
Yeah. So here is what is almost to be a finished layout. So I did the stamping on the back. Right, so I just used that number 4 stamp. And then I just used some like little bits of texture stamp in the coordinating colors, same colors again. I used my decal edge ruler on the side of this piece of pattern paper with my water brush pen on the paper, and then it made it easier to tear. Okay, so again, the water brush paper, I used it to color in my image, and then you can also use it to kind of break up the fibers on your paper, so when you use your decal edge ruler, it's easy to tear, way easier. So then I got this nice torn edge that's going to lay down in there. I added my photo. So that's going to end up in that area somewhere. I'm going to use some foam adhesive underneath. It's going to go in there. Again, there's my little stamped image that I colored in with my oxide inks and my water brush. It'll probably sit somewhere like this. Oh, that's okay. Thanks, Nancy.
She's like, we'll do it later.
Because I'm still going to paper distress this.
Oh, okay.
But
She's going to get that edge distressor out.
I am. I got my little stamped guide there, and then from Nancy I just took this You Are Something Special, so that will probably go in there somewhere. Right, so there you go, stamped background, stamped image, a little better presentiment.
Lovely!
And then, yeah, I'll just continue to add some more stuff, and I'm going to post it on Inspiration Group again. So that's simple stamping on our backgrounds, on your layouts. Celebrate these moments, that's a good one too.
You can have it. I got a few.
You got a few.
I got a few.
Yeah. Yes, for a good idea. Ooh, everybody. So
Awesome.
thank you
Showing the love.
so much for being with us today. That was just kind of our quick take on stamping on your layouts.
You betcha.
Oh, this just looks so good. I love the way Nancy colored these in, just pencil crayons.
Yep.
Anyways, create your own ephemera. Add your own flair to your backgrounds.
Yep. So don't forget, all and create 25% off today, and that's not just stamps. They have dies and stencils, and washi, and awesome stuff.
Yep.
And I had something more to say. Oh, 2 weeks from now, the dynamic duo is
Right.
Heather and Brianna.
That's right. Nancy will be on vacay, so Brianna's going to join me here at the demo barn. We're going to be working with the Spellbinders wax seal system.
Yes, yes.
So we'll be creating some wax seals and some tips and tricks and some new things we figured out. So join us
So
then.
that's going to be fun. And then, of course, as always, we're looking for ideas. I did catch the idea on the live this morning. Somebody wants a demo on fabric. I will do that by myself or with Heather. I'm not sure Heather's a fabric-y girl.
Not really. You know what? Everybody likes a challenge.
Right? So maybe that's coming up. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Anyways, thanks so much for being with us today.
Happy Wednesday!
Happy Wednesday.